All right. So I'll just try to make this brief and whatnot. I just want to do this live and get it knocked out. So Beto O'Rourke had another public meeting or whatever you want to call it. Another rally here in my fair city. You can go ahead and figure that out by this point, but he um, he spoke about nationalized. Well, I use the word nationalized, but maybe that's a little too harsh. But he wanted to connect the Texas grid to the national grid because of what occurred back in February with the 5 days that things froze up and all that business. He also mentioned, he mentioned abortion, of course, and mentioned by name the various folks and said, "Oh, well, this was done in Texas. The abortion rights. And he mentioned the names like, yeah, Linda Coffey and Sarah Weddington and Norma McCorvey. They, Jane Roe was in the state of Texas. It's like, yeah, she lied. She lied, bruh. Oh man. I just, I put my hand over my mouth, just like, I want to so bad just be like, oh, you dumb fuck. Why did you mention that? It's just like, I wanted to so bad. It's like, bruh, she lied. Norma McCorvey lied. That's why the case broke down. Roe v. Wade, Norma McCorvey lied. And Linda Coffey and Sarah Weddington coped about it. And they said, well, I wish she had chosen a better option and whatnot. It's like, no, you're a fucking idiot. You were desperate. You couldn't find anybody, so you chose her. She lied and said that she was raped by a black man and all this other bullshit. But he, of course, talked about more money for teachers. He said 16,000, and then he said, well, we'll get you up to the level by giving you 15,000. It was like, so you're jipping us out $1,000 if we want to go to school and become teachers, he he was like, Greg Abbott isn't an evil guy and all this sort of thing, oh, he did all this and they made $11 billion from ERCOT and all this other stuff. But it's just like, I have no love for Greg Abbott. I don't. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have no great love for him. I don't really care. I think that he's a good hustler. I admire him for his hustle because it's like, he continues to get payments. One day out running, he gets, he gets hit in the back with a tree limb. And because of that, he's still getting payments. That's a hustler. I appreciate his hustle. I'm going to, like I say, don't hate the player, hate the game. He's still getting money from that. He's still getting like hundreds of thousands of dollars because of one time he decided to run in a nicer neighborhood. And because that tree limb fell on his back, or however way it was, while he was out running, he sued the tree company, sued the house, and he got his money, But what I would say is that he just doesn't have a chance. Robert O'Rourke continues. He's just not worth the time. I think people are just desperate that he's the only chance that they have. That Democrats' only chance to change things and to, do all this. It's just like, give me a break. And he also talked about, of course, the recent issues that have gone on with Camp Lejeune with the swamp gas and all that business. Yeah, Abbott be playing Monopoly. Oh, absolutely. Abbott's a hustler. I mean, I don't like the guy. He's in a wheelchair. He wants to. He's very plain. He's very namby-pamby. He's just kind of, but I just don't care. I really don't. I think that he's just. It's literally two fags fighting. That's how I feel about the whole Abbott versus Beto O'Rourke. I mean, it was funny to say Beto for a while and say Beta, but I just don't care at this point. He mentioned in passing January 6th. He mentioned, of course, legalizing cannabis for the state of Texas. Nationalizing the electrical grid to be hooked up to the rest of the country. He couldn't talk that much about stuff. How's it going, Wicked Energy? How are you doing? But that's really about it. I mean, the way it is that, it was layers of an onion. There were probably like 3 or 4 layers of chairs in a circle. already. And they were like, holy shit. So they put out more chairs, and I sat myself probably in the second to last row. There was a lady that was staring daggers at me diagonally across. Um, because I'm sure that she could tell that I was just kind of like, just kind of like, oh, whatever. I was rolling my eyes and whatnot. And I gave the golf claps. I gave kind of I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, I gave the golf claps. I didn't go, there, of course, plenty of people who, woo! And of course, he gave the whole, Abbott's not a bad guy. He's not evil. And of course, this guy who's standing up in the back says, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's bad. He's evil. All this sort of thing. I almost wanted to get footage, but there are so many people who did. And I just felt like, no, I don't feel like it. Some days I do, some days I don't. I didn't feel like it today. I didn't feel like it. It's all just ridiculous at this point, seeing Beto O'Rourke after the stunt that he pulled at Uvalde, coming out there and, being like, you're out of line, and of course it's like, this guy's just, he's just grandstanding. It's like, it shows you how cringe people are, just how much of a loser he is that he comes to our town, a relatively small place near the Oklahoma border. I'm not going to tell you where, and what city it is, but he's been here 5 times apparently. Been 5 times to this city. They trolled him once. It was kind of a weak trolling, really, but they were basically driving around with Trump masks on, going, just beeping their horns. And another guy who came up, of course, this is when he announced that he was going to do another crack at being, governor. Actually, he was going for Senate, but yeah, just ridiculous. I mean, that's all I can really say about Robert O'Rourke. He's just pitiful. He's a pitiful guy. He was somewhat of an edgy guy, I guess, growing up, being a skateboarder and, saying that he'd do weird shit to people or whatever the fuck it was. I mean, he just, but then he marries this the daughter of a real estate magnate. It's like, this guy knows his game. That's my attitude towards him anyway. And of course, even when he talked about legalizing cannabis, he's like, well, but I don't want my kids smoking in school, though. I don't want that. It's just like, and all the dick sucking he gave to veterans, it's just like, give me a break. And then, of course, he gave the kind of standard Democratic line of just like, well, we may not be able to vote in 2024. Give me a break. It's just, there's more I wish I could. I mean, that's really all I can remember. Those are the highlights of it. I left before the Q&A because I just didn't feel like listening to it. I could have trolled him and been like, you know that Norman McCorvey lied, right? But I didn't feel like it. Boo, get the hell out of here. Boo. No. I didn't feel like it. So, honestly, I should try to find the Republican Party and just see what they say. I know it's right, ironically, now that the Republican Party is down there right by a barbecue place. Ironically, of course, my mom doesn't like it. I didn't really think it was that great either, but whatever. But maybe I'll go up there and see if they got any rallies going on and whatnot, just to see, just to be more politically active in the area, I don't know. Oh, lovely. I think someone just let off some fireworks out there. Or they're, I don't know. Who the hell knows? Don't know, don't care. I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, I think that's all I really got to say on that. I'm sorry I didn't get any video, but I was way in the back. I just didn't feel like it. I was going to just stand there in the back and just do it, but they were like, oh, here's some more chairs. So I just felt obligated to be like, all right, I'll go sit down. So, that's my attitude. I didn't think much of it. I was just like, bruh. That's all I can really say. I don't really care that much about Beto O'Rourke. I mean, even if he does get elected, do you really think that he's going to get that much more money for folks? It's all promises. It's the same thing with John Fetterman, just empty promises, man. Well, oh, this system is progress and whatnot. Yeah, you got to speak your mind, bro, and damn the price. Yeah, that's true. I should have just trolled him, but I didn't feel like it. And I also didn't want to be like one of those. I didn't want to be like a Lauren Southern, like, oh, well, I'm here to troll you. Nah, who cares? And then, of course, Lauren Southern now, of course, is now like, oh, the toxicity of the right-wing culture. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You made your fucking money on this. You made your grifting culture. Now you're trying to, virtue say, don't get the fuck out of here. That's my attitude towards, Lauren Southern. But then again, I am convinced by a couple things. So it's like, I don't want to be a Fed poster. I have Fed posted before, but I try not to do it now. Yeah, Lauren Simonson grits. Yeah, grifting. I'm shook. Exactly. Me too. I'm shook. I'm shaking in my feet. I can't believe that she would do that. But honestly, man, that's really about it. I'll probably see what the Republicans are going to do. Because the thing is, Republicans, they're Republicans. Yeah, I am the Fed post. Yeah, exactly. But I would just say, don't join these Wignet groups. I don't care for, like I said, I kind of tiptoed around it, but Beta O'Rourke, exactly. I just don't really have much to say about Patriot Front. I think it's just kind of cringe to see those. It's like, why the fuck would you record that? I mean, that's my only real question. Why the fuck would you record that? It's like, wow, we're going to record the fuck ups and my mistakes, man. It's just like, why? It just, I don't get it. And I just think, too, I mean, shout out to GSP if he does see this. Shout out to him. I just saw on the War Report earlier today. And he said that, or they said, I think it was Constantine that said, is that some members of Patriot Front are going over to Ukraine to fight with them. And I say to myself, ooh, bad look. And they're being sacrificed, that he didn't specifically say that, but it's a form of, fratricide. It's definitely no more brothers war type of stuff, but it's just like, I'm gonna take the centrist view where it's just like, man, why do you need to involve yourself in something that doesn't belong to you? Just because you think that, fighting for Ukraine, you're gonna save your culture or something. Get the fuck out of here. That's stupid. This isn't World War II, and even then it was LARP. It was fakey. Yeah. They had a funny Rocky montage. They were more self-defeat. Yeah. Imagine getting involved in NATO's border disputes. Absolutely not. Couldn't be me. But man, I think that's all I got. I do. How you doing, Temujin? I don't really have much else to say. You can go ahead and rewind this VOD, video on demand or whatever. But man, it's just, I want to wrap this up to make sure it's like, don't get caught up in any of these politics too much. To me, the politics come and go. The people come and go. The things they promise come and go. It's just, like I say, you want to end up as some LARPer who ends up going to Ukraine because you thought, man, I'm going to, defeat the Russians because I'm so hateful. I'm going to, orcs and what. Shut the fuck up. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. Americans don't understand that we don't have the same culture. Skin color means nothing. Absolutely. That's true. Americans, like I said, I'll say this about white Americans. I've thought this before, but I'll say it out loud, is that white Americans in particular, they'll simultaneously shit on Europeans and, maybe if they're Slavic background, they'll shit on their Slavic ancestors and their roots, but simultaneously they'll be like, we're still with you, brother. They'll make fun of them for not having AC, but then when it comes to like they want to find glory and shit like that, they're gonna go back, they're gonna go over there and try to claim some sort of lineage. And it's just, that's very fucked up. I'll put it that way. Americans just have very little, if any, connection. And of course, there's various reasons that happen. A lot of it is just, we got swallowed up. And we all just kind of gave into the system. Yeah. Saying race is just skin color is reductionist nonsense. Yeah. Even Leventon. Yeah. Misrepresenting his own work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, race is not just skin color. It isn't. It's like trying to say that, it's like Ukrainians and you know what? I'm going to be very careful about. I was going to say they have similar culture, but I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to. I got to be a politician too. So, yeah, I'm going to be very careful. Yeah. I think the Bible said, be in the world, but not of it. Yeah. Funnily enough, there are Wignats and on the Russian side. Adam Waffen is in Russia right now. Oh, really? Adam Waffen, really? Huh. Wow. Well, there you go. Old Uncle, what's his name? Damn, I can't think of his name. The funny book guy. You know, I can't think of it. I genuinely. Oh, James Mason. There we go. Yeah, Uncle James Mason. There you go. But yeah, Uncle James Mason is over there. Can you? Now, I know he's not over there, but yeah, imagine him going over there and being like, "Yeah, Slava Russia. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna defeat these." I can't do it. I can't. Yeah. Oh man, Lord have mercy. I want to. I want to make sure. I know I've said this before, but Americans, stay the fuck out of Europe's business and stay out of the Slavic world's business. It's none of your own. You have nothing to do with that. You know. And if you have enough money to leave and go to Europe or go to Russia or wherever, yeah, James he does. He does. Yeah, he does. Uh, yeah, kiddie stuff, and yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, Azovstal under siege. Oh lord. Oh lord. Oh man, the Azov stuff though. Like I say, man, I'm gonna go with the Russian story, but it's like when you see the whole Azov battalion stuff, where it's like they're dressing up as women, hiding in caves and shit like that. Mason is Wignat Russell Bentley. Yeah, he is. Yeah, yeah. Been a while. Like I say, I mean, Russell Bentley got kicked off YouTube. I saw that. I haven't felt like looking for him because it's like I just think he's boring anyway for the most part. He's just some old fat American boomer and just like who just sold himself out. Who he was a weed bro. He was Bentley was a weed bro selling weed, and now he can't even use cannabis because they see it as Western influence. I remember I remember him being interviewed by Finnish Bolshevik and one of his anarchist friends. I remember that from a while back. It was just such cope, to be honest with you. I mean, and he was like, "Oh, well, it's left wing, and all this, the Communist parties in DPR and whatnot." He, like I say, he knows the game he's playing, But that's my view of it. AIDS Pos Battalion, absolutely, it really is. I don't like I say, you know what? I've got my own views on it, but I'm going to keep that to myself because I think it's very Americans should learn to shut the fuck up, especially about Europe and about you know. I'm simplified to the Slavic world, but between Ukraine and Russia, that like I said, mm, very yeah. Lowell seeing my Pablo Escobar PFP on screen. There you go, yeah. Pablo Escobar, baby, yeah. Bro, imagine being a pro-Ukraine Wignat. Zelensky literally has Israelis. Yeah. Well, that's the same thing with Kolomoisky as well. I mean, yeah. And the thing is, they get weapons from Israel. Yeah, bro, we don't like. And the thing is, I mean, like I say, just like any other political thing, especially nowadays, it's such. It's on so many levels of irony and on so many levels of just like, just ridiculousness. It's like there are also folks who support Israel because, like, yeah, ethno state. It's just similar with like Richard Spencer. So it's all just spurgery at this point. I'm just disappointed. I'll pay attention to politics. Yeah, didn't Israel tell them to surrender? Oh shit, I don't know. Did he? Did they? I don't know. Don't get me started on Zelensky. I could go on a rant that yeah, that would put Goebbels to shame. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe I'll find another clip of what's his name, Pierre, the German boxer who turned to Islam. Yeah, Pierre Vogel. That's it. Yeah, Pierre Vogel. Find another clip of him. That guy's great. I heard that guy is nuts though. That's wild shit that he be saying. He was like telling people who were talking shit about Islam in Germany and whatnot was like doxing him and shit. I don't know, but yeah. Oh Lord. That's all I can really say. I mean, to finish this up, let's wrap this burrito up here. Is that we see Robert Beto O'Rourke, just you know, chasing clout wherever he can. He thinks that he's gonna be the next governor, acting like he's gonna do something, and it's just like, no, man. You're in the state of Texas, Megan. You ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, the only say respectable right wing group there is Bratzovo or Bratzovo. They hate everyone. Oh, really? Round of applause, Uncle Bad Touch Thomas. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. uh, I haven't, like I said, they don't. Well, I could make that joke, but I'm not gonna do it. But anyway, I think that's about it. Longer than a Minnesota goodbye, but yeah. You know what, man? I just hope y'all stay safe. If y'all are in, the states here, watch out for these heat wave. It's still coming up. It's not going to be as bad, but it's going to be bad. Especially in my neighborhood, it's going to be like 103 next week. You have a good evening as well, Kaz. But just watch out for that heat. Even if you're in Europe, I'm gonna, forgive the Europeans out there. I hope y'all are okay. I think that's all I really got, man. Just try to stay safe. Avoid this bullshit. I know a lot of folks are calling it out on Twitter. The feds that were out there waving the Nazi flags and shit like that. Complete and utter Fed posting shit. And people are like, no, that's bullshit. Nobody likes it. It's like you got somebody wearing a National Socialist Movement shirt, an NSM shirt. It's like NSM doesn't exist anymore. Jeff Shep is an anti-racist sort of guy, so it's like he's with Peppercini guy, Picciolini guy, but anyway, I think that's all I got. Y'all just stay safe, try to avoid the bullshit, and you know what, I'm gonna Fed post and say this, but keep your powder dry. You can go ahead and read into that what you will. Anyway, see you later. Goodbye.